What's up, everybody, and welcome to Squid School. Time for us to get started. We've got a double feature once again with Dilly and Hikami on two very different weapons. They've got the same special though, so that's the theme. Inkstorm, yes, we're talking about Inkstorm today. Totally, that's everything that's important about it. And as you can see, I'm actually going to be using the account that we have from the Weapon to X videos, because we finally unlocked League on this, and I figure it's a faster way to unlock the custom Explo, since that's the one that I'm going to really want to be using once we get a little bit later into this challenge. So we're going to be grinding levels a little bit with this, but the nice thing about it is that this is still technically my main account, even though it's got different save data. So we're going to be able to keep all of the same friends and just get them all into the lobby without having to exchange friend codes or anything like that. And we're going to be able to use that to level grind. Okay. I'm getting the password to Hikami. I'm also going to go and jump into the voice chat, and we should get Hikami in there as well. Perfect. It looks like they're there. Welcome, Hikami. I'm not hearing Hikami yet, but they're in the VC with me. And Hikami, I have DM'd you the password. Don't have me added. Okay. I'll send the friend request really quick. Or, sorry, send the friend code, rather. There's that. That should be taken care of. So, Devi, we will have an E-leader. So, bear that in mind. But, yeah, it would be helpful to have you here. OMG, we're talking about Inkstorm, right? Knew that part, yeah. Double backline clams, exactly. And Dilly will not be available early on as well. I don't think I've seen Jamie in here yet, but as soon as we see one of our guest lecturers, we can pull them in. Hi, Cougar C, and hi, Heka. Double backlining clams, let's go. Question mark. Inflection rises from skepticism.
Boink, boink.
Hi, Debbie.
Hello. Oh.
And hello to, I'm assuming this is Hikami. Yes, Hikami.
Jem, I'm gonna just put the camera on for a real second. I need you to see my square right now.
That's amazing. Someone in Devi's square has a post that says Jerry.
Who's Jerry?
Jerry is a nickname that was given to me by Cookie when I was on the Grillers. Cookie likes to go around and mispronounce people's names. I think it started with him calling Samuel Sap, which was definitely not a typo because the P and the M key are not close to each other.
And then it was Jerry.
Sap and Sapuel, and then Jem changed to Jerry. Ninga changed to Snornga. Is that how Doovie came about?
I don't remember how Doovie came about. I thought you came up with that.
But yeah,
I know someone on the team came up with it.
There were a lot of these. So, and Devi to this day continues to call me Jerry all the time.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Whale Lord. All right. Did you send a friend request to Kami? I might not.
I did.
All right. I'll go and grab that real quick. And then, hey, Heka, I think you... If you're available, we could use you in the League lobby here. I haven't seen Jamie yet, so I won't trust that he's available. Alrighty. Oh, and I just added the League lobby, but we'll
wait.
Okay,
get there,
I'm
we'll get
still
there.
in it. I'm still in it.
Okay, cool.
And Hikami's already here.
Heka, I have DM'd you the password. And we still have our pupper guarding it. It's a very good pupper that is owned by Gamer Doodle. We thank him for his service. Hi again, Drain. I'm going to continue calling you Drain until you correct me. I'm so happy I saved up and now I got all the weapons. Awesome. Congrats, Katsurita. Right in time for Splatoon 3 to introduce new ones. Hi, Smidge. Heka says, Drain is fine, perfect. 5-minute penalty, so if someone... Oh, wonderful. Okay. Clam Blitz. It's always Clam Blitz. Yes, yes, this is true. We do have a streak.
Building exercise.
Yeah, I guess so. And hi, Apple. And Hoshiro.
Oh, I didn't want to put that one on the second screen. Whoopsies. Me trying to get both YouTube and Twitch chats on the same screen. It is, being stubborn. There we go. Oh, I did it. Ah.
Yay. Yeah. I'm such a mean boss. I make all the mods open both chats.
Oh, how dare you. It's so much work.
Come on, quit your slacking. What do you think I pay you for? Doesn't pay the mods anything.
You pay them in kindness.
Duh. That's very sweet, and also something that if a corporation said, I would hate. Oh, hey, X-Ray, are you available?
X-Ray!
Expert.
Join us.
I don't think
Peer
anyone wants to play with
pressure.
an e-reader in Flame Blitz.
What do you mean?
We need a fourth here, and
Well, I don't want to play Swiffer.
well, that's interesting.
What is...
Never seen that before.
Oh, now I see it. Okay. It works on the screen chat, but not in the actual chat.
Oh, I think I see it. It's a different width for me than it's supposed to be, so it's kind of slanted, but now I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw it when it came up on the on-screen chat overlay, and I'm just like, oh, there it is. How suspicious.
So X-Ray, I've DM'd you the password, so you can look it up there, and yeah, I think that's all I had to say. And there's X-Ray, they're on Splatoon 2. Whoa. What a coincidence. We're on Splatoon 2 as well. Already found Roomba, but thank you. And welcome, Smug Bug Under a Rug. Yes, we are in fact gaming. Gaming with all the other gamers. On the grind to X again. You are Apple? I mean, I'm on the account that I use for the Weapon to X stuff. Because if I get to level 22, I get to use the Baller Explo, which is a lot better and does not require me to learn the Bubble Pop combo. Had to get off Splatoon 3 for this? Okay, X-Ray. You and your uncle from Nintendo. We already have someone on their way, Ronette.
He's a time traveler.
Yeah, there you go. He's just a data miner, you know, is able to get into the preloaded stuff early. Doesn't actually need to see it on the screen. He can just play the game with his mind. It's like in the
Right?
Matrix, where you can see the code.
He set his clock 2 days forward.
Can you get a combo off of Sprinkler? I have, actually. I hit someone with 1 hit of Sprinkler into the 90 damage direct and got a splat yesterday. For my part, I'm trying to get my Dynamo to the highest rank in classed. Can I get any tips?
X-Ray, come join VC.
Yeah, and X-Ray, if you want to hop into waiting room VC, we're all chilling there.
We're just having a good time, you know?
Having a
Should probably hit the A button.
Actually learning the Explo since the only backline I have yet to learn. Yeah, see, Explo is definitely better. The Baller is a lot more of a help than Bubbles that you can't reliably pop on your own.
It's almost like another certain kit.
There are a couple tips with the V Explo to do to help pop the bubbles, but I know with how you're kind of like speedrunning it, Gem, and you're not really doing gear things, it's not going to work as well.
Yeah, if I'm not running Object Shredder, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, you could always try attempting the Sprinkler strat to help, but it probably still won't be as effective, because Sam actually taught me how to do faster bubble pop with the Sprinkler on V Explo, so...
So a question was asked about Dynamo. Dynamo really requires you to use terrain to your advantage. You need to be able to hit up over ledges. You need to be able to hit up around cover. Long, narrow corridors are pretty good for vertical flicks, so that's kind of what you're thinking there.
Need really good luck as well.
Yeah, I guess. Make sure that your hitboxes don't screw you over. Have all of your lucky charms on you at all times so that RNG blesses you. Then tips for Booyah Bomb. I do have a TikTok on that, actually. But the thing that people get wrong about Booyah Bomb is that they try to use it as a painting special. And what it's really for is displacement. You throw it in the middle of the enemy team so that some of them have to go one way and others have to go another. Ideally, some of them are getting pushed into your team so that they're getting put in a fight that they're going to lose. So that's what you want to do with Booyah. Thanks for the cover fire. Got one. 3 on me, 3 on me left.
It fell off.
Another one on me.
Oh.
Cool.
Nice. One more behind right.
Oh, there they are. No,
That's
no,
not
I'm
where I meant
ripping.
to jump.
Oh, you're not okay. You're okay.
Lucky.
We got him. Hydra on left, great.
I'm gonna go bully him.
Oh, there's a ball or Nautilus on left.
What's your right, Debbie?
Nautilus got me left pit. They're in mid still.
Oh,
Nice. They're 3 down.
Yeah.
They're 3 down. Just Hydra.
Found him. Oh no. Oh, I should have used the hammer if I could have.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I almost want to fight. I shouldn't have. Several on left. Health X-ray.
Yep. I'm back in.
Not
on
on
our
the right.
on our great. On our
I'm
great.
okay. Okay, hang on.
They're on the great. On right. On our snipe now. Another one in pit. We got him.
I got Hydra.
Good stuff.
Is there still one in our pit?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Dead.
There we go.
We good?
Yep.
Oh, there's one to my right. Not. I can't fight that.
Yeah, careful on
Yeah,
that.
we're just gonna bomb it out.
It's okay. I escaped.
Hydra left pit.
I clip. Bottom right. On our side.
Yeah.
On my
not-
way?
Well, on ours. Okay.
Dead.
2 on
I
left.
have a hammer.
I'm gonna use armor.
Jetting.
We're up one.
Oh.
I just so weird.
I got one.
I'm like,
Do
nice.
you have
assist.
clams?
Yeah, I've got one coming in.
yeah.
Whee! Nice.
Oh. Oh.
You're welcome. Ah.
if we can get a jump, I'll be there in 3
I'm a
seconds
jump.
with
I'm a
the...
jump. I'm a
Yeah.
jump. I'm a jump. I'm a jump.
Almost there.
I'm just sharking, literally. I'm dead. Not.
All right, that's wipe. Let's get back on defense. Make sure we have specials ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hold top right if I can.
Watch spinner. Watch spinner. They're on it already.
They're immediately going that direction.
Yeah, it's K-shot there. I died of it.
Throwing a bomb. Oh shoot! There's a lot here.
Spinner. Hit one twice. They dropped.
There's 3. There's gonna be 3.
They got me. I'm right.
Hydra's on the grate.
They're jumping in.
Good enough, not trying to at least. Okay, it's just Hydra.
The Hydra's up on this grate here.
One shot.
There we
nice.
go.
We can still do this. I'll grab the pig.
The other clems. Oh yeah. I can definitely find a way in. If we have the clems.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
one
I'm
on
going
side.
up
Hide me
to
here.
armor.
I'm gonna
Below
give
me.
these to you.
Yeah, I'm down on left.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
went
gonna
through
wait
it.
a second.
Yep.
Oh, there's a knot up here. I see that.
There's a safe jump to spinner, Jim.
I think this one isn't safe, huh?
I'm
It's all
on
good.
their snipe, not for long. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hold spinner as long as I can.
Yeah.
Splash is pushing me though.
Oh, they're on our spinner.
It's Splash.
Yeah. Watch the left. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
I
around
have
from
armor.
mid here.
Hydra
gonna
and
armor
someone
him.
else left. All
Got
4
one.
left. All 4 left. Got one.
First right
They
side.
backed up. They backed up. They backed up.
Jetting. They're weak. They're gonna jump.
Unlucky.
I got one.
Nice.
Come on in with clams.
The
Alright,
power comes
can we
down
save
there
that?
for it.
I can't. There's a Hydra in front of it.
Okay, it's fine. It's
We
fine.
don't have clams then. Back off.
Okay,
And,
cool.
Yeah,
Just,
I
just
have-
grab another clam. I'm sharking on the wall here.
we've got a lot of the map painted, and I don't see many.
They don't know I'm. Well, the knot knows I'm here, but they think I left. Oh no, they don't. I didn't get the knot. What? Oh, one shot. Gosh darn it.
One in mid. One in mid. Got him.
Nice. Knot's moved
Just
up.
holding, just holding.
Watch their spin.
Backing.
I'm down to Hydra. Darn great. Both Splatlings great. One snipe.
One's bottom right, or left, I mean. Not dead.
Oh no.
Still one on the left. I'm coming to you, X-Ray.
Yep.
Uh, 2 on their spinner. They've popped armor.
Yeah, I think I'm-
Got the. Oh, we don't have the clam, do we?
We need to get it on
Can we
left.
grab the
I'm
clam?
down to
Grab
bomb.
the clam. Oh no.
Yeah.
No one can grab it.
No. No, we needed to help that.
Gosh dang it! I was stuck in between 2, so I was just like, can we not? I thought Hikami was close enough.
No, there's like 2 on me, so.
Yeah. Bit of a protect the president situation.
Yeah.
Which Dynamo is better in your opinion? I see the most of the K Dynamo. I think there's definitely an argument for the Gold Dynamo as well, but
K and Gold are pretty similar, depending on what comp is being run in the team. A lot do prefer the Kenta Dynamo, but if there isn't really a armor weapon, or if a team prefers double armor, then they'll run the Gold. It also has a sub, so it does work for things like Rainmaker or Zones. The extra bomb helps out, but a lot of people just prefer Booyah Bomb for those 2 in general.
I think they're all pretty viable. Like, Stingray is a very good special that is in the meta right now. It's just, like, at the moment, if you're gonna run a Stingray backliner, or, like, mid to backliner, why not just run a C-Jet? Like, it's hard to argue for a Dynamo over that.
Depends on what they know. It's kind of like my situation. Like, I tried to transition to C-Jet for like the Stingray, but I couldn't do it, so I stuck with what I know, and I've been getting back used to Steve, so that's where the Ray's coming in on my end. And there is a competitive Dynamo player who does play the vanilla Dynamo for the Ray, because they can use that better than they can, I think, a Jet. Or they prefer it over that, because it's something that they have more mechanics with.
Sticky bombs. Do you mean suction bombs, Drain?
I meant to switch to missile.
I hear sticky grenades, I think of Halo.
Try mid. As well as T-Tech's left.
I got Tri, but there's another one on me.
Hammer on me. Got him.
Okay, nice. Okay, back there, spinner is
one on
Clam.
left.
Someone else left.
Ah, they got me.
Yeah, it's
Ball point mid. Yeah,
Nice shot.
Ball
Oh,
point's
they
watching me
just went
left.
in.
Got him.
Nice.
Nice.
I'll talk about suction bomb after the game, because my brain's focused on too many different things right now. Try is weak, got him. Ball point weak on right.
Blue's just on snipe.
I just had a hammer
Nice.
fight. Top right, Bunk.
Yeah,
There you
just
go.
try
You
to
don't have any
score
clams
if
to
you
can.
throw in though. Clams are on the far left.
I'm gonna shark their pit here. Got one.
Nice.
I'm gonna gather a bunch of clams, and if I get a clam, I'm gonna throw it to Hikami.
I'm jumpable. They're
Okay.
not approaching me. Oh,
Okay,
they got
well,
me from... Okay, I didn't see where that
Where's
was.
Hikami?
On right.
Hikami's up there. I can't really give that to you right now.
One on right pit, on X right.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna jump out in time.
I didn't trade, sadly.
There's a jump left.
They're all on the wall.
Everything's left. Ah, okay.
Oh, shoot.
So does Tri-Slosher still here. On my ouch.
They're on me. Got him.
Cool.
I got the ball point.
Nice. Where's Sploosh?
I don't know.
Respawning.
Okay, cool.
I painted mid. On their bunk, or not bunk, snipe. Sorry.
Yeah, I see it. Try coming left at me. Got one. Try still here.
Who's coming
I
right?
don't. Darn. I didn't
Him
trade.
twice. There we go.
Blue's in mid.
There, ball points on snipe.
Wow,
Jim, I'm
they
gonna.
found
Oh shoot! I was gonna try to make a right play off of your snipe. I'm stuck in a corner. This is not good.
Jump out if you need to.
Oh, I'm okay. It's just gonna be one. Oh,
Well, we're
now
all
it's
on
not
left
good.
side right now, so we can't.
I know.
Really...
There's. I know. That's okay. I forced the special out.
Right dead.
Two might come in from the right. Sploosh and T-Tech.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Ball point's watching me.
Make sure we're painting up. I've got Jet ready. Hammer coming in.
They're weak.
Oh, they saw me. They
There
saw
we
me.
go. The mine got him. Ball point's weak on the right.
One
I don't have
pushing in
any
on
range
left.
to hit
Careful, Hikami.
Okay. Here.
Oh, I got lasered.
Oh, a snipe, snipe, snipe.
Trying to help Hikami. They're one shot. Ow.
One weak on right.
Nice.
Under basket left. Nice.
Got him.
That's fine.
There's no beacons. I have armor for whenever we need it. Tries left. Oh,
Oh.
there were.
I got one.
I'm passing to Hikami.
Yeah, I almost have hammer.
Jetting.
I have hammer.
Ball point down. One from top left.
can go
Dropping
in.
in. Dropping in. Nice. That's 3 down. Just sploosh.
Gather clams.
I'm down under basket. Just back off. We're 2 down.
Ah! I got
Okay,
Tri.
nice.
Holding right side.
I'm holding left.
T-Tech.
Ball point
in their
coming.
pit left. With ball point. Being jetted.
I'm gonna go in over the right.
Alright. I'm just gonna try and stay alive left here.
Just stay alive. I'm gonna shark here. Oh,
I gotta jump.
shoot.
One's in our
Down.
base.
Grab the clam and jump to
Yeah,
me
I
now.
got it.
Left, left, left.
I'm
gonna
not
get in
gonna
first.
in time.
You're... Oh, shoot.
That's game.
Yeah, unlucky.
Okay, suction bombs. So suction bombs have the largest explosion radius of any of the lethal bombs. That is the bombs that splat immediately. The torpedoes are a little bit bigger, but they're not lethal. So they apply the most zoning pressure. You put them someplace where you don't want your opponent to be for the next 2 seconds. They're also really good for controlling the tower. If you throw a suction bomb on the side of the tower, it forces the opposing player to be on a very particular spot right behind the pole. And as long as somebody can cover that angle, then you're in good shape. And they're easier to land on the tower because you can just stick it straight to the tower. You don't have to worry about it bouncing around or anything. So generally, you're going to kind of spam them and spam them until you're going to do something else to maintain zone control, to stop players from moving into a certain area. Because you're not going to be able to use it like you can use a splat bomb in combat to like actually cut off movement options reliably in a hurry. You're not going to be able to use it for like damage combos very reliably because people are going to stay away from it. It's got a really long fuse time. It's easy to avoid. But because it displaces them so much, you can play off of the fact that they are not allowed to stay on that spot. Watching from class. Pay attention to class, okay? Pay attention to your human school. Yeah, no problem. All right. I think I need to play with X-Ray whenever possible here, because I'm noticing with Devi flanking, Hikami behind, X-Ray is ending up getting isolated a number of times. So I'm going to try and pair up a little bit more so he's got some support.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wow.
Bomb defense on one of them.
Oh god, they've all got armor. Hikami's going to have a bad time.
But Hikami also has Pierce.
Yeah, one of them dropped left.
One in mid, one in mid. Nice. Another one weak. Last one in pit.
Yep.
Pit, behind it. Nice.
Cool.
In mid, isolated. Nice.
Dead.
Got it.
They're just kind of holding forward, I guess. I could take some, Debbie.
Hang on. Okay, where are you? Up there?
I'm on spinner.
Oh crap, I missed and it fell into the...
That's fine.
There we go.
Just hold the right side, Hikami, and they literally can't do anything to you.
I'm just gonna stall, so we can run for clams if we need.
There's clans behind you, Debbie. Like on their
I
right
see.
wall.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One dropped.
Just space it out and I could grab some.
Yeah.
Jetting to maintain.
I have one left.
I think we have
I'm
enough.
going for 4 more.
Just go for it.
Yeah, just score him, just score him. Good job, good job. They were just trickling one by one.
Yeah, this is like the complete opposite of what you want in a league rotation to make that work. Like this
I
angle.
want to wear a respawn
horrible.
button shirt.
I mean, it's now Tri-Slosher crimes, right? I mean, it's no different than what I do with Hydra crimes.
So different from solo queue clams. Yeah, I mean, a coordinated competitive team is definitely going to be a lot more efficient about that, but at high levels of solo queue, you do actually see that sort of coordination. You just, you use your eyes more than you use your ears, basically. You have to look at, like, what are my teammates posturing to do next? Because it does really follow in a very flowcharty sort of way how a clan blitz push should play. I'd say it's more consistent to figure out what the rest of your team is doing in clams than it even is in like Rainmaker. Because on Rainmaker, you don't really know where your carrier wants to push. You kind of just have to like make a path apparent to them and hope that they notice. But in Clam Blitz, it's just, well, we know exactly where we're going. We're going to the basket. We know who has the most clams, so we know who we have to throw clams at so they can score. And we know who's shooting at that player, so we know who to engage on. And with that combination of pieces of information and just checking every now and then to see if somebody's running back to grab clams, you just kind of know who is going to be doing what job for the next 10 seconds.
Oh my gosh, the other maps.
This is a fun inkjet map. Hee hee. Roller and a brush. So they're going to be flanking a lot.
Not if
They're
I
not
beat
the
them
ordinary in
first.
terms of gear.
No ninja squids.
Except me.
Dynamo has a whole bunch of main saver. Is that a normal thing?
Maybe not that much, but main saber's pretty common, I think.
There's one came around left. I think it's a brush flanking behind.
No.
I saw them go in on left. Yeah.
They're
I have
dead.
8, 9.
Or Jetstone.
Hikami, I'm just gonna throw these to you.
Jetting. Go in, I got one.
Yep. Carbon really
Nice.
just did that.
Oh
I can't.
no.
Okay, whatever. I'm just
X-ray.
Got the carbon. Brush in,
Oh, that
nice.
worked. Dynamo! Oh,
Alright. 2 down.
I was way too weak. 2 top left.
Or bottom left.
Turn
Dynamo.
over missiles and base.
They're probably gonna be able. Okay, shut down.
I got 2.
Or it's just brush.
Got one.
They're in
Okay,
base.
nice fight.
That's wide.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
I'm gonna take left.
Here. I'm gonna throw these clams over here. Someone else. I'm gonna take the right.
I'm close to jet. One coming out. Nice.
Ah, brush got me.
I'm around back. I'm jumpable, by the way.
We're all down.
We're all dead.
I died to
Neither.
one though.
We're not. Okay. Running. Running, running, running.
Roll right behind you.
I know! They're all behind me! Now I'm trying to come back around.
That was just a dive. It's just
Okay.
that was just them. Carbon weak. Carbon.
We're down.
Yeah, nice.
Dynamo's in mid with shot.
Dynamo in mid. Traded him. One on snipe, brush.
Brush dropped on me.
Oh, I didn't see the dynamo respawn. Sad.
Got brush.
Another right.
Yeah, carbon is bomb rushing. Dynamo down. Another one on right. Hoop. On the side of it, nice. Last one mid, brush. How did I not
Good.
hit them? Okay. Might have been out of
Good.
I don't know.
Hikami. Hikami present.
Dynamo's on their plat already.
Yeah, I'm throwing bombs at it. There's someone coming out right alley. I'm gonna stay here with it. Oh, or not. I didn't get him,
Yeah, a couple in
surprisingly.
right alley there.
Nice,
Brush
I
on
got
left.
Dynamo
one.
dead.
They
Oh,
dropped.
yeah.
The left hoop.
K
left
shot.
hoop.
It's just
Got
K shot
him.
left. Or just push. Just go for score.
Yeah,
K
just
shot's
go in.
right.
Go in. I'm gonna score and then I'm gonna ink jet. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm down
I
there.
could go
There
for
you go,
power.
that's
I could
fine.
go for the pity.
Roller, basket. Hoop, hoop, hoop.
I wouldn't go for pity.
Whew, good stuff.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, now we can do it. Watch the angle. Beautiful.
Yeah, I had to space it a little bit. Nice.
All right, nice, nice.
I was up on their
Nice.
bunk.
What skills do A players miss? Because I'm stuck at A rank for a while now. I do have a video on that, but
I'm gonna run the timer real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, sure thing.
Can I wear RP?
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
go for it. Do what you feel like. So the biggest thing I think for A rank players is understanding the concept of zoning, of zone control. Like, there is an area around you as a player that it is your responsibility to control. And I just realized that I had notifs set to my speakers instead of my headphones. But thank you for the follow, Water Shuriken. So the idea is that there's a certain range that your weapon hits at that you can splat someone quickly at, where if the opponents walk into it, they're in danger. And what I see a lot in A-rank lobbies is players not enforcing that. Like, they'll just let someone get into their zone and not shoot at them when they do. They'll let players like run past them to get to the objective without spotting it and stopping them. There's a lot of like clam blitz brush plays that happen at that level where people just like get a power clam with the brush and run into the basket, and because someone isn't actually shooting the brush as it goes by them, the brush is able to just do whatever it wants. So that's one big thing. There's a lot of mechanical stuff. A-rank players are starting to get better at moving in between shots, moving when they're starting to get hit or when they're starting to miss shots. There's a lot of little mechanical things like that, but A-rank players are definitely a lot better at that than B and C rank players. Like, there's a huge gap mechanically between B and A rank usually. Personally, like, when I was going up through the ranks, I think I spent the most time going back and forth between B and A. Like, yeah, you spend more time in S+, but S+ is 10 ranks and A is 3. So, like, proportionally speaking, A was the one that I spent the most time in. That was where I needed to learn the most.
It's a man, little buddy.
A rank is also where a lot of strategies.
We got this, right?
Yeah,
We're
totally.
that good.
A rank is also a place where a lot of the strategies from B and C rank just like stop working. So people get into A rank and they have these ideas about how the game works that are just not true anymore because players are better.
Oh, Becca's in this lobby too.
Bucket has ninja sword.
Yeah.
96 left.
Yeah, a couple on left. Might be one coming out right. Brush is in left close.
I know.
You're in behind us.
Yeah, they're like way behind on our top right.
I'm just trying to hold off the rest of them.
Nice. I just chased them the entire way around.
All right, that's one down. Let's go in on left.
I got another.
Yeah, they're on the.
I'm down.
Uh, 96 is probably flanking, I think.
I got the.
I don't see
I
any
got
ink
one.
there.
I
One
don't
behind
see the
mid.
96.
Hit
Oh,
him
brush.
twice. Hit him twice.
I got him
Nice.
with the last flick.
I'm not sure where 96 is at. Oh, okay, I see him.
They gotta be
They're on
on
their
bunker
side still.
somewhere. Yeah.
One's taking
One
our
right hoop. I'm going after that one.
Yep.
Okay.
It's 96. They're underneath left. I'm getting forced back.
I can't.
Oh, there's all three on left. Ah. I got one.
Got one. Another one mid.
Yep.
Oh, I'm out of ink. Let's try. Try behind mid. They backed up to left.
Nice. We have mid control.
I have jet ready.
We
One's
only have
top left.
five clams.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna want to jet pretty soon.
Let's to your left, buddy.
I know.
Jetting. They're out on left.
That's
Left
in the
hoop.
back.
Oh shoot! I didn't flick far enough.
Yeah, they're all left.
They're all on the left. They're
Got
at
one. I'm down.
Yeah.
I was gonna bomb gel.
Over right
I
hoop.
wouldn't be surprised.
Aerospray.
Oh, I'm gonna die here. No, I'm not gonna die here.
Weakness.
One
Watch
in mid.
mid.
Try.
Yeah.
Try weak. Got him.
Okay. I died to that, sadly. They're bunk and left jail.
Have to jet. I'm gonna try and farm that as quick as I can.
Yep.
One on the
I'll
left
try to get
rail.
on.
It's ready.
I'm gonna try to
Yep,
flank.
I have it as well.
I'm going.
Okay, I'm flanking. I traded with the try. There's two on the. Was one in mid on left, and two behind
Yeah,
their bunks.
Arrow weak on left hoop. They jumped.
Oh, there's one on Hikami.
I'm down to mine. One in left, sharking jail. 96.
Yeah.
Oh! I can't fight this!
2 under sneaky left. We're 2 down, be careful.
Just focus jail.
That's gonna be hard for them to grab. There's one over on right. They had to fall. 2 on left. Push right to left. One sharking your jail somewhere.
I'm marked.
Okay, they backed up to left. There they are.
Oh, there's a lot here.
Traded. One more right hoop.
They just.
Very dead.
Just 96, right?
Yep.
Let's get mid control. Let's get a score.
Yep, I'm holding a 96 on the right side. I'm armoring.
I traded with the
96
brush.
on the top now.
'96 drop
Two,
right.
two
One
right,
on
two
snipe
right,
on
two
me.
right, two right.
Aerospray in mid. Nice.
Oh, there's a try over here. I didn't even notice.
Oh my god,
Nice
96
shot.
got me. He's one shot. He's sealed now.
96 is forced back. They're gonna push hard. Got one.
There's one going around behind. I can chase after it if we need to. Yeah. I'm
96
gonna
in
have
mid. Brush on me right.
to. Yeah, I know. Okay, if we get a bunch of clams, I can try to find a way in. There's only like 20 seconds left. I'm gonna
thanks for the
roll
follow,
with
Yeah,
it.
Mr.
just run it,
Worldwide.
just run it, just run it. 96 is chasing you, just run it.
I know, I am running. Okay, well, I'm up
fuck.
there.
Okay. Deep head right, deep head right.
We're in. We
Yeah.
need 20 points, so 6
No
small.
one else is there. Yeah, Hikami's stuck in mid and X-Ray's back on bunk.
Yeah. Ah, god. There was like a spot where I was just like, I really needed to take out the brush and I just couldn't.
I don't think I killed anyone.
We were having a lot of trouble moving from right to left. Like, we could get control on right, but then when it came time to actually, like, be on their hoop and push in...
Yeah.
I guess that's probably my job. It's just I was always trying to inkjet over bunker to clear that so that we could get over there safely.
I just went left.
I think next time I might try to just take left hoop faster instead of getting... Those inkjets weren't actually getting us much anyway. I should have mixed it up after the first couple didn't work.
I would like to have left too. Thank you.
And, hi, Yatalka. That looks like... Is that RDB's thing? I don't know. And hi, Ann Rose. There we go. It's been some long games. Already 5:46, and we've still got 2 more to go.
Clam Blitz.
Yeah, that's true. Did you say it's the least likely mode to KO in? I feel like Tower might be
No.
that, though.
Probably Rainmaker on certain maps.
I think all modes are just very dependent on certain maps, because like I
It
think
really-
Surgeon's a pretty
it
easy
really
one to
is.
KO in, but Gobi's just pain.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, all can be equal, but I think, like, in general, depending on if you have even teams, Clams is probably going to be the tougher one, in all honesty.
Yeah, Clam, it's more of an operation, more of an assembly line to get the objective moving.
It's succeed in your special offensive push, and
Clams walleye.
and there you go.
I mean, walleye anything is just you put one inkjet in the air and they can't leave spawn. It's stupid.
Wait,
Inkjet on that map is so funny.
is walleye coming back?
Nope.
No.
Not as far
as
as
of
we
right
know.
now.
And if it does, we
Let's hope
buy
it's
it.
not.
If it
Yeah.
does, we start burning stuff.
Burn the.
They're like leading us
I mean-
on with like a very solid map pool just to add like all the really bad ones that the community just despises.
Burn the cases.
I'm just a little worried because, like,
Triple ink strike.
Moray Towers has been, like, voted as a fan favorite and was added to Smash
It's
Bros.
definitely coming back.
Like, it's the only Splatoon stage to have been terrible in 3 different games so far. You'd think they'd bring that
True.
one back, but they haven't announced it yet, which makes me worried that other terrible maps could also be coming back.
What they could do is they could treat the maps that could possibly come back, like the Splashdown we saw in the direct, where they're probably like single player exclusive stuff. I would love that.
Rapid.
Or like Salmon Run only.
That too. Big run on Moritops actually sounds pretty fun.
These got flooded and destroyed by the angry mobs, therefore they do not exist anymore except in Salmon Run form.
Yeah.
I'm drawing all the
She's
aggro to the left
decent
hit.
at it. Nice. Okay.
Ta-da!
We can.
I'm gonna shark underneath. Oh, there's a person there. Oh, I went into it. Whoopsies. Not
Oh my
beside
god, my
it.
aim is terrible right now.
Yo, same.
Shooter problems.
I'm jumping.
Hey, Squid School, may I leave your basement? I don't have a basement.
What's up?
So you were lured into this basement with false advertising.
Oh, there's a rapid above my head. They have a baller.
Spoiled in.
There's a Luna in our base.
Yeah, Rapid's there, they're scoring.
Not
They
anymore.
should have been scoring, what? They didn't
They
throw
were
a
I
single
running
think they
clam.
followed in.
They were running from my curling bomb, and they died to it.
I see.
I'm bombing their snipe.
Had armor, no. Or not armor, but the thing. Extra. I hit the Luna.
Ah.
They didn't go down. That's weird.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't
That's
Luna,
a
that was
baller.
Crapid. Okay. That
Oh,
explains why
that's
they
what
could hit me.
I got one. I'm chasing Squiffer out.
Blaster on left, I think Rapid.
Just left.
They're coming up with they're just at basket with baller.
I have no ink.
Rapid down.
Oh. Okay. No.
What?
It's alright. The Squiffer was still there.
Oh.
The Squiffer just kind of went in. But don't worry. We're on the other side, ready to go.
We are.
The one's gonna come to me, though. Oh, I've been revealed. Hello! 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 That's my quad.
I'm holding basket open. We're gonna need more
That's
clams in a
5.
second. I've got 2.
If someone could grab pity, maybe? I don't see any nearby.
I'll go run and grab it.
I am going on a rampage.
There it is.
I think they had a DC.
It felt like it, but I don't think they did.
They literally just came in one by one and I ledge camped them. Like, everyone dropped over the ledge and I steamrolled 2 of them and then ledge bopped 2 of them. And
I
then...
mean, what were they gonna do? Go left?
Big Run Moray Towers would be High Tide on Smokeyard. Man, I don't know the name of Salmon Run maps.
Smokeyard
I
is
cannot
what are we
just
doing?
pull the.
Salmon Run High Tide?
I know all of them. I just cannot like pair the names with
I
them.
think.
Oh my god.
Smokeyard is the one with the 2 like
Fans?
platforms. Yeah, the 2 fan platforms.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I could see it, except like way wider apart.
Yeah.
Oh god, that'd be awful.
Way wider. That would be...
Imagine having to hit that
Crazy.
fan all the way from Moray spawn to Moray spawn.
Oh
they
my
could do
lord.
it. They could like, since they're introducing like the tricolor thing and they're like splitting like teams up into like 2v2. Well, I guess it doesn't count, but like they could do like 2 on one side of Moray, 2 on the other.
And then just force in the middle.
Yes.
And hi, Annie.
I like how Zipcaster wouldn't even work on Moray.
There's really nowhere to land.
Ooh, an E-leader.
You ready to beat him, Hikami?
Now I'm gonna lose, watch.
They don't have RP. They're going rain spam.
Rain spam E-leader. That's crazy.
Yeah, it literally is.
2 on left.
Oh, I missed, but good shot.
Oh, I
the
thought I hit
Twitch
them.
shield.
That looked
Yeah, I thought you
swaggy
did
to me.
too. X-ray
Still
cleaning
one
up.
mid.
Yeah, it's just the
There's one on their
E-leader.
bunk.
I'm just grabbing. I can't. Someone's here already on left.
Okay, well, see how fast they're gonna let me in on the right. Oh, there's someone behind me. Hello.
Oh, I
Goodbye.
killed someone.
Well, I'm jumpable.
Jetting.
We're both jumpable.
Yep.
That is not what I meant to click. Wow.
Oh,
Got
well,
one.
that's unfortunate.
One in mid on my jump.
Yeah, Hikami,
Got
we
him.
need another climb.
Oh, sorry.
Here, give me one.
I'm passing up front of. Keeper's watching me. Keeper got me.
Oh, I screwed that up, my bad. I
am
realized too late I could have
camping.
kept it open with the basket. The hoop.
I'm gonna grab like 8 here.
I have 7. Actually, I'm just
I
gonna
am
grab
still
some from mid and
camping.
score.
Oh, I didn't trade? That's weird. There's 2 on their bunk. Hammer. Nice. One more.
Yeah, I know. They got me.
Oh,
Still 2 on top stands.
trying to get more clams if I can. I'm not gonna make it in time.
Ah, I couldn't
Please
make it.
leave. No. I missed the verticals. There we go. Their bunk. And jail.
This
I have
guy
9.
is.
I'm just gonna. Okay, nice. Give me one.
Here. Oh, I don't
Yeah.
have one. Shoot. Boink.
Oh, I missed that. That's surprising. I'm dead. I got bagged. They don't.
I got
I'm in
their
on-
E-leader.
I'm in on a
Let's see.
flank on
I've-
left. They don't see me. Oh,
They're gonna score.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
no,
I'm
there's-
behind you already, Jerry.
got 2.
Cool.
What else is left? Oh, the E-leader. Where are you, E-leader friend? Up on bunk in front of me. I hear you shooting.
E-leaders and sneaky.
There's another one behind the sponge. Traded it.
Okay, we're 2 down.
I don't know if I can score in time.
That's alright.
Oh, but he
Hikami's
come-
got some.
I can bring in pity.
Just clams back left, behind you, Hikami. Clams.
Are we? Yeah, we're not in position for pity.
Yeah, we're not in position. There's a tent here. Oh. Their leader's on the right? Okay, no.
Tent down.
Ah,
Ah.
In
I
mid.
tried to save Gem. But we
All
both
good.
died to the same person.
Yeah, someone to our left, keep coming. Oh my god, I fell for it.
Uh-oh.
Two by right, Hoop.
Okay, I'm gonna come in on the left. Oh shoot, they saw. I've distracted them.
Got
I'm
one.
just bombing the cell.
There's still two in that left corner.
Leader on right. They're hammering in.
Not
Nice.
anymore.
Alright, one's still around right hoop, I think. Yep.
Leader was out here.
Leader back
In
up to
right,
their side.
right long. Yeah.
There's a pro and a leader there.
I can take one.
Gotcha.
I got the tent.
Didn't hit the direct. On my out, splatter shot sharking.
Oh jeez. I traded with the tent.
All right, just stay alive at this point. We'll play for defense. Nice.
Cool.
OMG, ring around the box.
Yeah, Mama Hydra's here playing a roller.
Great roller.
I've always have an appreciation for non-shooters though, so.
Any one-shot weapon's a good weapon. When it one-shots.
Yo!
Yeah, I was about to say, H3 is not the best. I don't know.
I chose paper because my mom picked it. You let your mom pick your rock, paper, scissors for you?
Yeah. I'll let Google choose mine.
Will you do a VOD review for me? Yeah, just DM me about it, Brady.
I have a split between rock and scissors right now, just because, like, red's favorite color. But yet, rock was my go-to, where I got my massive win streak in junior high in a game that we played. So I have
No way. Everyone starts rock.
Well, here's the thing: you think that, and then you mind game them, and then you just pick rock, and they pick something else, and it's like, haha.
All right.
You can't mind game me. I'll go paper 3 times in a row.
I'm going to move on to the VOD review section today. We've got Hikami, and then later on we'll have
He's in there
Dilly.
waiting room.
Oh, awesome. How's it going, Dilly? We are starting things off with Hikami. Because Dilly
Oh,
wasn't
boy.
sure they were going to be able to be here in time. So you should be able to see in the projection in Discord if you just click on my name live
Oh,
and
it's the
watch
team
that
match.
stream.
Man.
So here we go. This is a league pairs match. So Hikami and Marluxia are actually working together and voluntarily chose double E leader. That's their decision, and it's not our place to judge. This is a less wacky team comp, believe it or not, than the other one that they gave me as an option. So this is where we're gonna go. And of course, they end up getting paired with another backliner. So this is gonna be a really weird passive match. Because on top of that, they're also playing against the double dynamo, tent, and heavy splatling. So this is kind of wild. Like, this is a really interesting, like, it's interesting to think about theoretically, because, like, what the heck do you do in these comps? Let me know if sound was too loud. It sounded pretty loud on my end. I might turn the volume down a little bit preemptively. I think that's probably for the best. Keen and Soldier, yeah. They were teaming together on Double Dynamo as far as I can tell. Okay. And I recognize IMAD as well. So, the first thing in my head is, okay, I've got another E-Leader player, and I've got a Jet Squelcher. What position do I take so I'm not stepping on someone else's toes? And I think you, especially early on, you do a really good job of doing this. You make sure that you're taking off angles, because that's what makes this kind of multiple backline comp really powerful, that there aren't that many places on the map where anybody has cover from anything. There's always an E-leader that can see their position. If you stand the two E-leaders in the same place, they're only as good as one E-leader. Maybe with a slightly higher fire rate or something. But if you put the E-leaders in separate positions, now they really have to do some math and some calculations and some trigonometry to see what's actually available for them to stand in. You do have the advantage over especially the dynamo rollers and to a lesser extent the heavy, that you just hit from further away. So as long as you can maintain that range advantage, which should be relatively easy on this map, this is, you know, the best backline map in the game, arguably, just because there's so much open space and there's so many grates that frontliners have trouble pushing across. Not that that's going to be a problem here. That you just have an advantage over anyone who isn't the tent if you are able to see them ahead of time and position preemptively. So I feel like this is probably a pretty good match for you guys, but you're going to have to play a lot differently than you would in most matchups that you're ever going to see in competitive play. So let's see how this rolls out here. So you immediately take left, and this is kind of just where most super long-range backliners want to be anyway, because the only real way that you can approach this is from the left-hand side across, and that's really hard to do against a one-shot weapon while you have to, like, walk across the grating. A dynamo might be able to, like, flick over the edge or something, but they're probably going to be pretty exposed if they're doing that, so you're in pretty good shape if you're over on this side, and it's nice that you're able to get this position, considering that you're competing for two other backlines for it. And you do have a bit of an impact here early on. So you put some pressure on these players over here, and they're like, oh, shoot, there's someone looking at us. We should probably back up behind the ramp here. This is like their one little piece of cover right here, and if you can get, like, your other E-leader onto the right side grates or something like that, they can, I think they have the range to hit that and just flush them out and just make this unlivable for them. So that's really cool. When you're working around this wall, you know that that's coming out, but there are so many different targets that it could go to that you're not even necessarily worried that they're just going to throw it at you, and they don't. Looks like you have a teammate over on the far side. Is this, what is this, the Flingza? I'm just like, what weapon?
They were flanking the entire match. No, it is the Flingza.
Yeah, it makes sense. All right, so it looks like your Dynamo picks one, so now we want to start moving into a version of offense, but it looks like Marluxia is probably calling for help over here. Nice, you get one. So right now, what I want to see happening is us figuring out a direction we can push in. Because we've got two down, we've got this big advantage. We just need to know, where are these two players? And when we know where they are, we can either push in a direction they're not covering, or we can all push the same one, take them out, and then go in the direction that they're covering. But we need to get something going here. We have this big advantage. If we just sit on this and, like, don't grab the Rainmaker and don't start moving it, it's a huge waste. On a comp like this, where you're doubled up on weapons, I would definitely recommend that one of the doubled weapons pick up the Rainmaker, because it's not like there's, like, any utility that you are sacrificing by grabbing the Rainmaker. You still have an E-leader, even if an E-leader picks it up right now. So I would have either you or Marluxia picking this up, ideally. And there's, I believe, one player over on left that you could definitely pose a significant threat to. If we're able to displace them, then this is the ideal pushing direction. On this map, you want to go left. Mid isn't bad either if you can get across there. It's just dangerous. But if you go left, number one, they're on the side of the map they don't want to push from, because pushing right on this map is terrible and gives you, like, no points for a lot of effort, and nobody should do it. If you're going to go across this bridge here, which is already a bit of a risk, you want to be pushing it down through street instead of going around the far right-hand side. And if you put them over on this side of the map, well, the easiest way for them to push, the quickest way for them to push, is also the worst way for them to push on the map. So not only are you playing for what is probably the most advantageous push for you, you're also denying them their easy access to their most advantageous push. So you probably want to be looking to go left if you possibly can. And I think there's only one player who's in the way of that. Now, you do have to be careful because there's a dynamo up, and if they hit over the top of this ledge, that might be dangerous. That might be a reason to want to go someplace else, depending on where they're positioned and stuff. But if you're able to get it up this ramp, that's the hard part of this push. And if you're able to do that, then you've got the best chance of getting really good points from being right here. You have the option to jump up onto this ledge. You have the option to drop down on the glass. You've got a lot of different things that you can potentially do from there that get you points really quickly. So that's usually what you're aiming for. So let's see what we end up doing here. We're looking over here on left. We see that there's like one player over here and they're booyahing. Oh, and there's the dynamo as well. And you take the dynamo out, which is awesome. And then we throw the rain. I'm going to point something out about every single Inkstorm that you throw. Yeah, like we said in the title, we were going to talk about Inkstorm. And I do have something to say about Inkstorm for both of these players. And that is, you're throwing it right at your feet. You're clunking it on your toes every single time that you throw the rain. When you throw rain, throw it like it's a bomb. Like throw it as a projectile out in front of you further. Because right now, this area that you're standing in, you don't need to put rain over that. It's all going to land in the water anyway, and you control this space anyway. If you throw it further in front of you, it lands where your opponents actually are and spends more time displacing them. Right now, this rain is going to take like 3 or 4 seconds at least before it ever reaches any place that's useful for you. In fact, I don't think that rain is ever even going to hit the opponents. It cut off their route a little bit. It hits maybe out to here, but like you've got someone sharking back here. If you'd thrown this forward, it would have actually flushed this player out. So every single Inkstorm that you throw, if I remember correctly, is like that, where you throw it at your feet and get less value out of it because it spends too long on an area that your opponent doesn't even control anyway. Okay, so right now, what I was hoping would happen is that the Rainmaker carrier, seeing that we've got one down and one pushed back, would rotate it across the left through this very well-painted mid, where you have 2 people watching their, for crossfire from across the way, and take it over to the left-hand side and start trying to make a scoring attempt. What ends up happening instead is they go right by themselves, where nobody else is watching on your team, and they go down at like 96. Yeah. They go down right away. Like, they got almost all the way across the bridge, and it didn't matter. It's only 96. Like, this is not a push. So, while, yes, this wasn't, like, your teammate, someone that you could have said to do something, being, one of the duplicate weapons, it might have behooved you to be a little bit more proactive in trying to pick up the Rainmaker, so that you have control over where the Rainmaker ends up going, and that you're able to take it in a place where right now will be advantageous. And that way, you still have an E-Leader on your team, you still have a Jet on your team, you still have the Flings on your team. The only weapon that's picking up the Rainmaker is the redundant one, the one that's repeated in the comp. So we decide to back up because we see that they've got a lot of presence on right, and we decide to take this position here. We can see 3 of them. One of them is already dropped down, and they get taken out. Only the Dynamo left. Unfortunately, I don't think you're going to be able to get across and get the Rainmaker here, so you're going to have to play to pop Rainmaker now. You've got a Flings over on right, and while right side isn't the best push, I mean, you already have presence there. So unless you see some special opportunity on the right, it is probably still going to be faster if you... Or on the left, sorry. It is going to be faster still if you do go right. Now you definitely need to back up a little bit because, okay, that player gets taken out. Cool. I was just going to say, like, they're in a position where they can't hit you. I really like that you do not go for the Rainmaker here because you're worried about this player. A lot of people would just see, oh, okay, time to get the Rainmaker and run it off. But you don't have the ink at your feet to do that. This player splats you if you pick the Rainmaker up, 100%. So you deal with them first. Now, unfortunately, they have help, and they have a Booyah Bomb, and if the help had come around the left-hand side, they definitely could have splatted you. But they ended up not doing that. Once you get into, I would say, this position right here where somebody is that close to you, this is a sign to me like, oh, wait, this is not a zone that I control at all. This is, like, they are able to walk way too close to me for comfort. And at this point, I'm probably trying to jump out if I'm an E-leader. That sounds maybe a little bit extreme, like, oh, why not just back up? But the way that you have to back up is in a way that will matter, in a way that will help you defend against the Rainmaker, is to go back across your own bridge. And that's not going to be safe against a heavy remix that's walking faster than you and will catch up to you and splat you from there. So at this point, in order to stay in between the Rainmaker and the goal, you probably do actually need to be, like, backing up pretty significantly unless you have help from a teammate on the left-hand side. And we have no reason to believe that we have that yet. It's like right now, there's nobody stopping the Rainmaker. You can try and hit these shots, but they've got a 10 shield. And now, like, what do? You've got this heavy peeking you if you stay here any longer. So, like, you have this window where you could potentially hit it, but the heavy is going to threaten you away from it. Just like that. And so it is only the fact that you have two long-range weapons that are both trying to snipe it in the same location over here that makes this work. But most team comps, like, this is, if not a KO, very close to it. Another thing that might have helped, I don't remember if you placed mines earlier. Actually, I do think you do. I think you've got one, like, on the grate over there or something, and it pops right there. Yeah. Okay. So you did about the most that you could, aside from getting back and getting on defense quickly. It's just so awkward that, like, you have to play so passive on this comp that, like, there's really no one who is going to be forcing the issue, who's going to be playing offense, who's going to be frontlining. It's kind of like you have to almost play your weapon in a more aggressive way than you're used to. Although I would say that that's more the job of the Jet Squelcher and the Flingza in this comp. Because an E-leader, there's just only so much you can do in that regard. So I take it we see at some point the heavy was dropping off there. Okay, yeah, we see them go over the edge here. Okay. I was looking at this like, wait, do we know that the heavy is out from behind this box? But I think you see them right there. So camera's a little bit shaky on the way over there, but that's definitely something you can spot. Oh man, did your Flingza pick up? That is the last weapon on your team that should be picking up the Rainmaker. You need the kill pressure from that weapon, I think, to be pushing forward like this. You just don't have that many weapons that are able to, like, paint well in front of them to advance and also be able to, like, take a fight if they end up in one. Nice shot. That's really good. Again, this one is, like, let's look at where this gets thrown. This is in mid, which is completely controlled by you guys right now. So this is going to paint, like, this little patch of ink right here in front of the bridge. All of the opponents are just going to stay back here in street anyway. Like, nobody was trying to push into this area. So you're going to spend a long time with this rain sitting in mid, not actually displacing anybody. I like the idea, and it's good that you're kind of backing up, trying to right side peek, trying to stay safe here. If that dynamo hits their shots, then you just get splatted. You wanted to be retreating more. Like, again, as soon as a dynamo is in range of you, you're out of position. There's just, like, too little space in between you and them at this point. And once you see, oh, it is safe for them, or so they think, to be moving up this close to me, therefore, I might have miscalculated about how far forward I can stand. That's kind of the thought that should be triggering kind of instinctively. Because as soon as I see this engagement, as soon as that flick misses, I'm out of here. I'm just running straight away. Sure, it's not this player that ends up getting you, but what this player being close to you shows you is that the enemy team's zone of control is pushed far up enough that someone could come in from another side, from another angle, and that's exactly what happens here. If this player were to focus you, they would hit you 100%. Like, you have to anticipate, if you're playing against Dynamo rollers, that they will never miss their shot. A Dynamo never misses. It happens like very, very, very seldom once you hit even X rank, that a Dynamo will ever miss a shot that they are in range to hit. And usually if they do miss, it's more because of aim RNG than anything else. It's just they have such a long time to line that shot up before it has to actually come out, that someone with X rank aim, like, they're not going to miss. Their hitbox is too big for you to dodge on reaction. They're not going to get fooled. So if this player had targeted you, you would just go down right now. You end up scaring them away, and you dodge this shot, but only really because they get somebody else. They probably could have put that up over the top of this if they had known, like, that you were their target, and that could have probably still gotten you. Would have at least damaged you. But because there was somebody else for them to shoot, you got away with it. So this is about where you want to be. You want to aim your shots, if anything, too far in front of the Rainmaker. They know at this point that you're shooting at them, but if you paint their feet, you can at least slow them down. And that's probably what you need more than you need to, like, fiend for your one chance at a kill shot here. Remember, they have taken this is an interesting screenshot. They've taken the absolute slowest route that they possibly can to get to your base. Like, they're pushed all this way in, and they're still only at 51. You get across the short bridge, and you've already beaten this score. So slowing them down is going to be, I think, more impactful here than trying to fiend for that one kill shot that you have a really small window to hit. And this is good dodging on the part of... this is good dodging to get around the stamp. I don't know why it targets this player. It does end up hitting them, I guess, but that was an odd choice, and you're able to pick one more to clear them out of there. So that was really good, like, up-close defensive play once they got this close to you. Like, with the tent coming through, I'm honestly surprised that this went as well as it did for you guys. What happens here to the Rainmaker? Did they fall into the water? Oh my god.
They ledge cliff down, but they're still up there.
That's so weird. They get splatted, and then they fall, and then it respawns back up there. I don't know what happened there. Latency's a funny beast. Okay, hold on. We saw... So we see a Dynamo who's right here. They're the last player up. Do we see any visual evidence that they have left this area? Did you have any reason to believe that they had left this area?
No.
I'm worried that they're sitting right behind this block waiting for you to swim up to them. And I don't think that ends up being the case, but they could have done that. And you wouldn't have known. It looks like we see them... Oh, no, that's the gold Dynamo. So yeah, they could have still been there. Actually, I think they come back in on the left over here. That's what happens. Yeah, so that's a situation where, like, you saw the player, you like knew where they were, and then they went into their ink. At that point, you cannot safely approach that. You didn't get punished for it, but that easily could have just been a death. Here's another one where you threw it right at your feet. You throw that, like, up onto here, then it goes over the water and gets pretty close to them. I'm I'm trying to think of a way that you end up like actually winning this, because the rain is now not impacting them anymore. It's going to be really hard for them to hit you around this corner by like trying to hit up over the top of it. But it's not like you have any kind of better angle. You need straight line of sight, right? So if they're going to hit you, they need to go around this corner. And if they go around this corner, you want to be backed way further up to be able to take that shot so that they can't hit you and you can hit them. So if they come around this corner, they're just, it's a question of who gets their shot off first. Is it the Dynamo, or have you actually preemptively managed to get charge on your E-leader in time to get them? Backing up basically costs you nothing. You can still paint the exact same area that you have access to right now. You can still see them by looking down around the left and then looking down around the right about as well as you can see them around this corner here. And if they push you, you just have an advantage in that fight. So you probably don't want to be here at all. Like, yeah, you can tap shot, but oof, that was a little bit hairy there. I probably wouldn't have taken as many shots from there. And right now you've got the idea. Unfortunately, that misses. At this point, this is a jump out situation. Like, yes, you've got some support from your Jet Squelcher, but the chances that the Jet Squelcher is able to hit shots up and over the sledge to splat this player with fall-off shots on a very slow-firing weapon with low damage, that's just really unlikely. And especially as soon as they pop the Booyah Bomb, like that, you would have wanted to be getting out for that anyway. So as soon as you are like behind this cover and it's a Dynamo player and you know they're going to be able to hit up over the top, like, yeah, you can maybe sit on the back wall a little bit and that's going to let you dodge one shot maybe. But at that point, you need to just kind of get out. Okay, so that's a trade there, so you do have numbers advantage. I don't think that shot can hit anything from there. I think you, if you're going to try and take shots, you want to be either like up here on the right probably, or this is a little bit more risky because they have a lot of long-range weapons that can probably reach you from here, but you would have the best angle from being up here or peeking around this or something like that. I love this part because the Dynamo is just like, well, I'm just going to stand here. And we can see the Dynamo poking up over the wall. So I bet they think that they're being stealthy or something, but it's just like, well, if I can't see you, then you can't see me. That's just logical. And then we end up scaring them out. Unfortunately, they end up trading your teammate back, I think. I think they get your Jet Squelcher there. Yeah. This is a really good shot that you take on the Dynamo, and I like it because you fire it when it's not full charged. You know that your teammate is going to be firing shots at them right now. You also know that you only have so long to release that shot before their jump ends and they're not up over the top where you can hit them again. So you take the shot and fire what damage you can at them, and that is what enables your player to trade back with their final shot. Now we're right peeking this side right here. In this situation, I almost want you to be playing around cover less, because you know they're fully backed up. You know that they're not in range to be able to hit you from where they are currently. And being behind cover like this is making it so that you can't hit as far in front of you. Like, you can only hit up to these blocks, basically. If you were to move out to the right, you would have an angle to hit through the center a little bit more, and you would threaten more of a corridor that they're trying to work with. Then they would probably hide up behind this ramp, and your roller could probably hit up over the top and do something like that. But you're controlling more space if you're shifted over to the right a little bit. You just have to watch out for somebody on the right. But I don't think there's anybody who's going to be able to safely push you, because you have teammates in front of you right now, and they're going to attack your teammates first. So you might as well just take the full open sight lines right now and take full advantage of your weapon's range. There's another one that's thrown right at your feet. Again, you just put this right on top of where the Dynamo is right now, and then it hits them, and it might disrupt this player on the left a little bit as it goes. But as of right now, this is like something that you would do maybe to stop a frontliner from moving up to try and attack you when there is no such thing on the other team. Great shot on the Dynamo there. Again, you know, taking advantage of the fact that they are playing Dynamos and you are playing E-Leader, and that's just not a winning matchup for them. And I like what you're doing right now, because normally this is a bad play. Normally you don't want to be challenging a 10 up close with an E-Leader tap shotting. But what you're really trying to do is you're trying to prevent this player from doing something about the Rainmaker carrier. The Rainmaker is already past this player, and as long as you can stop this player from stopping them, then that's one fewer person who's in the way, and you're doing your job. So this is actually great. Unfortunately, they do manage to get this throw off right before you are able to splat them. And that's just bad luck, honestly. Like, well-played throw from them. It might be that you can hit maybe one more shot in this sequence, and that saves the situation, but I think all things considered, like, that was the right plan, and it just was unfortunate that it didn't work out in the very end. They also did have a Booyah Bomb poised and ready, and you had to push across glass, so this was definitely going to get delayed anyway. And you have no communication with these two players, so there's no way that like any of that can get across to them. You're kind of just at their mercy with how they decide to play it, and it ends up being a loss there. So you were going to say something?
I didn't jump because I have no QSJ.
Oh, no quick super jump. That's interesting. What? Because like I feel like that's a pretty common part of a build. I'm gonna go look it up really quick just to see make sure that I'm correct about this. But
It's just that build didn't have QSJ. It was more sub-saver, not sub-saver. Bomb defense.
What in the world? Oh, okay, odds. Yeah. I think quick super jump is just like, my personal opinion is that it's too important at a backliner to pass up, because a lot of the time in a 1v1 your answer is to back up, is to jump out. So in some situations, like if you're denying yourself that option, you're kind of just playing into a losing matchup, whereas you could be kind of if they really chase the backliner so far that the backliner has to jump out, that usually means that you don't have control of that zone anyway, so there's no reason to even try and contest it, or that they are so far out of their way that they're spending about an equal amount of time going after you as you are going back to spawn. So I think that having that is probably pretty important, just to keep yourself alive, keep yourself safely positioned, and also keep yourself defensively positioned in a Rainmaker situation where you need to get back in between it and the goal. That's my take on it, but that's not a major issue either. Like, you still have the option to jump out, it just might be a little slower. So I'm trying to like take something out of that match that's going to be generalizable to other matches, because like that was triple backline, one midline. That's a really weird comp that you're not going to be playing in like competitive or anything. But in general, you know, taking different sight lines than your teammates is really important, and you seem to be doing a decent job of that with Marluxia. When you have a redundant weapon, they should probably, you know, that redundant weapon should probably play the Rainmaker or the objective in general, so that you still have the same utility on the team still afterwards. Try and focus your pushes more on the left-hand side, and when you do get an advantage, like you did very early on in the game, this chance that you have here where you get the Dynamo, this is a situation where I think you guys definitely could have pushed left and been pretty successful doing it. You just have the one heavy over there to worry about, and so if one of you grabs Rainmaker and starts moving it over in that direction, or even if one of you just this ways and says, hey, bring it to the left, even in, you know, a league pairs environment where there's basically no communication and sillier things happen, and then even solo queue, I think even there you might have some chance of success of convincing them to go in the correct direction with it. But it was just kind of a really hard comp to play into. And you're also playing against some really solid players. Granted, they are going double dynamo. So, do you have any questions for me?
No, not really.
All right. Well, thank you so much for submitting your footage. Really appreciate that. And, you know, you're giving us something that we can do on stream. I'm going to move on to Dilly's VOD review next. So thank you, Hikami. All right. I know Dilly is, or at least was in the call recently when I checked. And
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Dilly. Good to
Hi.
have you. So we have a little bit of editing here. Dilly cut the audio out, but replaced it with some hype Splatoon 1 music, which is kind of pog, but I'm probably going to mute it so that I'm not distracted.
No, yeah, it's fine. I don't care.
But definitely good to have. Splatoon 1 says Overkicks. Oh, that scared you guys? Was it really loud or something? Sorry about that. But we're gonna get started here. This is a Splat Zones Humpback match. We did accidentally cut off, I think, the top part of the heads-up display, but we can see just enough to know that the players are splatted. And
Yeah,
so
I saw that.
So we just need to remember what the team comps are from watching them here. We've got a mini Splatling, we've got a gold Dynamo, we've got Dilly on the Tri-Slosher, and then the other player is a K-Shot. And on the other team, we have another gold Dynamo, a K-Gal, a K-Shot, or not a K-Shot, a Orange Zap, and a Nautilus. So let's see. We roll out to the right-hand side here. I would say probably as a Tri-Slosher, mid is really advantageous to you a lot of the time because you can kind of shark behind this ridge, and they can't see you even if you make a splash or something while you're moving because of the angle, because of line of sight. And like any line of fire weapon is going to miss you because they've got a Nautilus, they've got a K-Gal, they've got a Zap. All three of those weapons are not going to be able to hit you if you're just the tiniest bit over that ridge. It's only the Dynamo you have to worry about there. So as soon as you know where the Dynamo is, and you know that they're out of range to hit you, you can kind of just exist in mid and look for cheeky picks when someone pushes too far out onto the zone. Coming up over to the right-hand side here, it doesn't give you a lot of options because you can only hit so much from there. You can't control the zone itself. You can only control the area around the right side of the zone. So this is generally better suited to more like backline weapons. Not the biggest deal, but it's something that if you get out there just, the tiniest bit faster, maybe you're there in time to like splat this K-52 before they get their wall up or something like that. Or maybe you get forced out of that area, but you're still close to the zone and you can still paint it. So we go actually around for a right-hand flank, which isn't a bad plan at all. This is something that does tend to catch players off guard over here. If this player is ready for it and they're looking, then this is a little bit on the dangerous side, but you do use this cover pretty well as you come around, so you expose yourself for the minimum amount of time possible. And since you know that there are people on the left-hand side, using the cover here to defend you from them is also a really good plan. One thing that I will point out is that when you come over the edge and you slosh right here, this is going straight through the middle of the map. So this slosh should tell anybody who can see it, which is most of the players on the enemy team, that there is a Tri-Slosher in your exact position. And so they know, okay, I need to watch this, in their case, left-hand side of the zone for the Tri-Slosher. If you're a little bit sneakier and you go into it from the mid side, I'll back it up just the tiniest bit. So if you were to go in from here, what happens is you run straight into like this area right here, and then you start to wrap around. And these players don't actually know you're there because you're painting this area down here, but they can't see your paint because it's not as exposed up above cover. And so this way is a little bit sneakier, and you're more likely to find someone who doesn't know that you're here if you take that way. So this right here, that slosh in particular, and that one on the right as well, that signals that you want to come over in this direction. If I'm sitting right here and I see that slosh, I'm going to try and pre-fire this immediately. But we see a jump going up over to the left-hand side, and we know that there were a couple of players over there. So it's time to start shifting our attention to the left-hand side. Again, that bomb, giving away more information about your position than you need to. The likelihood that this actually impacts someone, like forces them out of a position that's important to them, is pretty small. But what you did accomplish there was showing them exactly where you are. And now this player, I think we can see from their movement, is starting to look over here. If you had just like stealth swam over here and like used this for cover or something, you might have actually gotten close enough to this player to just slosh their down before they can do anything about it. But now you have to play a little bit safer. That bomb also, I mean, it's not bad to be bombing that area. It's just, that's probably not, you don't know that there's anybody up there at all. So that's pretty unlikely to actually displace anybody. And you're now out of ink. We have a Booyah Bomb over here on the left. We want to be watching that so that when that goes down, we know where we have to run, where we're going to get displaced from. Like, if that gets put down in Cubby right now, you probably get splatted because you're running forward into the enemy team. And if you're watching them, you have faster warning about when that's going to get thrown. There, we do turn our camera to be able to see it. That's good. And I'm going to tell you exactly the same thing that I was telling Hikami, which is you are throwing your rain directly at your feet. This is a better place to throw your rain directly at your feet because it will get onto the zone very quickly. But this is going to be a recurring theme here. Throw your rain further out so that it's actually going to reach where you want it to be instead of having to travel from where you are to where you want it to be. So we back off a little bit over to here. And at this point, it's a little bit risky to go forward here. Your teammate gets splatted, and that paints this whole area, which is a little bit unfortunate. I think you committed to going this way before your teammate went down. But I think you jump. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So at this point, jumping into enemy ink right here, like as soon as you see this player go down, you want to have the reflex like, okay, this isn't painted anymore. I need to only move through that if it's painted. And you don't know that there isn't somebody coming around on the left-hand side, so at that point, I'm probably just trying to jump out. You're already 2 down. You've got a whole bunch of ink in between you and your escape route. You're in the most useless part of the map, which is this pit area down here, because you can't really control the zone. You're at low ground. There's nowhere to run except back this way, and that's easy to cut off if you're this far away from mid. So at this point, this is more of a jump out sort of situation for you. And I think spotting the bomb also would have helped, although it does come up fairly... So what happens is the bomb gets thrown into mid, and then it's walking inside the Booyah Bomb, so it gets kind of smoke screened, and it's only right here that you ever actually see it. At that point, you've kind of like mentally committed to already be pushing this way, and you didn't expect your teammate to go down, and so now your feet are painted unexpectedly, and you're just kind of stuck. But if you spot your teammate going down like that, what I would say is instead of jumping into enemy ink to try and get through it, at that point I'm just like, I'm going to back up and jump out. All right. So their orange zap goes and walks through trench, which is not a useful thing to do when they already have zone capped. Okay, so you saw some fire coming from over here. Now, just because somebody fired a few warning shots over on this side, like look at how little of this actually takes up. Like, you're not that threatened if you stay in this area. And something that you could do, knowing that you have teammates relatively close, is start poking around the left-hand side and maybe try to get into a flank position on the left. Because what you do instead is you spend more time rotating all the way to the right. This is a fight that you should, in theory, lose, and I think the only reason you don't is because you have a teammate here and that scares this player away. You're out of range to be hitting this player right now, and they're not out of range to be hitting you. So if they shoot directly at you and they're not threatened by your teammate, then you lose that fight. So at what point should we recognize this? We see the wall put out right here. This is a position you just can't push into. You have no cover as soon as you expose yourself enough to hit shots. The most you want to be doing is maybe right side peeking around this corner, but like they just have this really, really powerful positional advantage right here with having the high ground, having a longer ranged weapon, having a splash wall out in front of you, you having no cover at all. I think if this is an X-ranked player, you just get deleted right here. And even now, the only reason that you don't is because a teammate comes in and is also rushing them, and they get scared of that. They get scared of getting traded back. These shots at higher levels are asking for the inkjet to see you and hit you with a direct. You're committing to firing multiple shots in a row, so you will you won't be able to necessarily like go squid form and swim away as quickly as other weapons could. And as soon as they see you fire one shot, they're probably going to put a shot like right around this corner in exactly the position to pick you. So be aware again of exposing yourself by putting out too much information about where you are. When you fire shots, know that the opponents can see that and that is revealing where you are. Now, that's not to say that you just shouldn't fire at all. There are definitely times where you want to be painting so that you can get your special. That's important, but you want to paint in safe places. You want to paint in places where you're not exposing yourself to something that actually has range to hit you from there. And then as soon as you're done painting, then you go back into stealth mode so that, okay, they know where you were when you were painting, but do they know where you are now is the question at that point. So this player right here on the right, okay, they hop over on the far right-hand side from mid. And from this position, like, they'll be able to hit you before you can hit them. You're a shorter ranged weapon than pretty much everything else on their team. So, yeah, they probably could have been hitting shots a lot earlier than that. That looked dangerous to me. Again, you throw it at your feet, and this time it really does cost you a lot of time. It's probably going to take like 3 seconds of its time before it ever gets to the zone, and the special only lasts like 7 or 8. If you throw this directly onto the zone, it's going to be having an impact on the zone sooner, and it's going to paint the zone more thoroughly. But as it is, I think it only paints about half of it, and it paints half the zone while your teammates are not in position to be capitalizing on it. This is a situation of you not knowing your teammates' positioning, because right now you're the only thing that the enemy team has to pay attention to. They're all the way back on your plat right now. You need to give them a good 3 or 4 seconds before, even if they're just holding forward, they're even going to be known to the enemy team. So right now, the only thing that this player on the left and this player over here has to look at is you. And they also have armor, which you can see as you poke over this ledge. Like, as soon as I poke over the ledge and I see glowing, I'm like, not yet, not yet. The most I do is try and throw a bomb at their position to see if I can shred a couple of armors with the fall-off damage from it. But jumping across like that, like, even if this dynamo doesn't have a flick ready to go and aimed right at you, the Nautilus is going to splat you way too quickly. They're already in range and you're not in range of them yet. So they should get control of zone here. You guys are 3 down, and your last one goes down there. So you are first up. And this is an important situation to realize, because you need to know that if you go down, your team staggers, and that it is very likely that you go down if you take any fights at all. Right now, the most that I am doing is trying to paint up this plat from a very safe distance. We know now that the dynamo is in mid, and so we can, know to respect that range, but like, trying to poke around and get fights right now is not going to be very successful. We, I think, saw that there was someone down here on the right. We see at least, we see a couple of shots fired up here. We know that someone has enough range that they can hit this area at this angle. And so if you do a little bit of triangulation in your head, that shows you, okay, this is not the NZAP, this is not the K-Shot, this is not a weapon that I have the K-Shot's on your team. This is not the NZAP. This is a weapon that has more range than mine does. So this is either the 52 or the Nautilus. And so I don't have the range as the Tri-Slosher to peek out around the right-hand side and take that fight head on. If I want to fight this person or take them out of position, I need to do it from behind cover. So if you really need to get this player out of the way, you're probably trying to swing around wide right so that you can use the cover in this area right here, this wall in front of you, on the bunker wall here. You want to swing around so that you can use that against them if you're going to try and take that position again. Because standing up here, they were just shooting at you, anytime someone is shooting at you and you go behind cover, assume that they're still looking at you. Assume that they're still ready to pre-fire as soon as you pop out from behind any corner. They're not just going to forget that you existed because they were just shooting at you, and they're probably going to keep tracking you from there. This player notices the ripples as you expose yourself really wide around this corner here, and so as soon as they're able to get their aim on, you just go down right away. And now your team is staggered. It's now a 3v4 for your team, and this is really dangerous. If your teammates go in and get picked, the stagger continues, and that's exactly what happened. 2 more of them go down, and then you go down. So now they're all the way through their penalty, and you have 1 more chance to take the zone back before you get KO'd. So I like that you're throwing bombs here. Now your teammate just threw a bomb on that spot, so you want to throw a bomb someplace else. For all you know, there's someone right underneath your Dynamo player, and if you dropped a bomb right in front of the Dynamo player, you might have been able to help them. But the name of the game is definitely helping them. Your teammate just dropped down and they're a Dynamo roller. If there's something sharking here, that Dynamo is in a lot of danger unless you go in to help them. But you back up at the same time that your teammate is moving forward. You separate yourself from them. And now your teammate goes down separately when you could have been there to threaten that player who got them with maybe a bomb or by actually swimming up to them. And then as soon as they have gone down, you drop into this player, and this player has armor. So this player gets to take 2 1v1s, and the second 1v1 he's going to have armor for in a situation where that should have been a 2v1 in your team's favor. So this is partly like not looking at your teammates to go and support them when they start to move in. It's partly dropping off a legend to enemy ink. It's partly not recognizing that the other team has armor and that you need to be careful about that. So at this point, I expect that most of the time this game is lost. However, your team from the right-hand side is able to come in clutch and push onto the zone and actually cap it. That's honestly a problem on the enemy team's side because they overcommitted their resources to the left and weren't watching this hard enough. They should have had at least someone watching this over here long enough to stop it and stall it out for 6 more ticks. But you got another chance, so let's see what we do with it. This right here, it's honestly relatively lucky that you get the shots that you do here. Because look, I'm going to like go like frame by frame here to show where your reticle is relative to the enemy player. So they're around here. They're still over here on the left. And you're aiming, if anything, further away from them as that engagement goes on. So I don't know if maybe you lost visual track of them and just didn't recognize where they were, but something that I recommend for Tri-Slosher players in particular is to try and practice learning to aim with other weapons too. Because what happens a lot with Tri-Slosher players is they have a relatively easy aiming task in regards to getting their reticle in the right place because they just have such a wide cone that it hits in front of them. But they also get punished really, really hard if they do ever miss. So I'm not... I guess you could say in a sense that the Tri-Slosher is an aim-intensive weapon based on what I've said, which sounds crazy, but like the point is that a Neo Splash, for example, they have a fire rate of 1 shot every 5 frames, after every 1/12 of a second. It's very, very fast. So if they miss 1 shot, they've got another shot on, another 2 shots on even, before a Tri-Slosher can get through another full swing. 3 shots, actually, I think. The Tri-Slosher is a 24 frame fire rate. So if you miss once, that's a huge deal. And it takes you in this engagement, I think, 4 sloshes before you're actually able to get all of your shots on. That's almost enough time for that Dynamo to get another swing off. I think they spend some time moving instead of trying to trade you or something. So that could have been a lot worse than it was for you. They were 1 missed slosh away from getting a swing off that would probably hit you. And again, like I said in the previous VOD review, you have to assume that if a Dynamo does get a swing off, it's going to hit you because they just have a really easy aiming task. And they have a lot of time to line their shot up. So I would definitely recommend making sure that you're not wasting any shots. Part of that is getting used to the fact that you're going to have some visual clutter in front of you. Like, you've got a really big, like, slosh of ink going out in front of you, and you need to, like, be able to separate that out from the environment behind it. You need to kind of get your brain used to filtering that out, so you're catching the little sliver of blue ink that you can see on the screen to indicate where that player ended up going. But another thing is just, like, maybe play like Bamboozler or a shooter or something, and work on, like, actually getting your circular reticle to line up. You don't have to get it to line up vertically with this weapon, but try to get it to line up horizontally as well as you need to actually hit something with a shooter or a Bamboozler. And that will get you in the habit of being a lot more accurate this weapon, so that even if you're off by a little bit relative to, you know, your Bamboozler or your shooter practice, you'll still get the benefit of the Tri-Slosher that, no, you didn't miss, you just have a really big projectile.
No, because my aim is so bad, it's not even funny. That's why I play Tri-Slosher.
Well, Tri-Sloshers need to aim too, unfortunately. Like...
I tried to be a Splash-O-Matic. I tried to commit to Splash-O-Matic, like, maybe a month or two ago. Like, I really tried. But I missed, like, so many shots every time, and it has such precise accuracy that I just missed so hard every time.
Have I ever shown you the aim drills that I do to kind of get my aim under control?
The what?
Have I ever showed you the aim drills that I do?
Oh,
how
I don't
practice
think
aim?
so.
Okay. I'll snap into the training room really quickly. So you should be seeing Splatoon at this point on the Discord thing. Let me know if that's not correct.
No, I see it.
Okay. So we'll just grab T-Tech for now, since that's what I have equipped. Okay, so one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm not even going to fire shots to start with. I'm just going to hold the controller normally, and I'm going to move to the target in as straight as a line as possible without overcorrecting. So what I just did there, where I kind of like ended up over here for a bit and then corrected, that's what you need to avoid. So do this as slowly as you need so that you do it correctly. So like from here, I might go this slowly and just make sure that that is a straight line, that it's not curving down and around like I just did, that it's not overshooting and coming back like I just did, that it's just straight to the target and then stops, straight to the target and then stops. And get that down at a certain pace, and then you start picking it up a little bit, and you start moving a little bit faster. But again, as soon as anything bad happens, as soon as you overcorrect like I just did, you slow it down a little bit more. And make sure that, there I overcorrected. You slow it down a little bit more until you're doing it right again. And do this for a little bit. And do this from different positions. Oop. My aim is not warmed up, as you were seeing earlier today. So I'm missing a few of these here. Especially important, I guess, more for shooters than for a Tri-Slosher. But like, if you're aiming up at something, then it's really easy to do one of these curly Q things instead of going in a straight line. So that's phase one. Just do this a whole bunch. And once you've done that for a few minutes on the stationary targets, you can also do that with the moving targets. And this will give you the kind of reticle control that you need to actually put the shots where you want them to go. So you're not practicing, because like on the moving targets here, I actually want to be leading my shots a little bit, if anything. So like on this target, I would want to be aiming like a little bit in front of it. But for the time being, the whole goal of this is just to make the circle be where you want the circle to be. And a good way to keep yourself honest on that is to keep the X, the cross, on that dummy as it moves back and forth. So that's a really good way to start getting under control, so you're not like wave aiming it like this. Because what's happening with you is you're kind of going back and forth all over the place while you're kind of swinging. And you can see how many of those shots are missing while I do that sort of thing. Like when you wave aim, when you aim like a sprinkler, just like back and forth like this, like, oh, I overcorrected, now I overcorrected again, now I overcorrected again. There's only one in every like 4 shots that's ever gonna hit them. So you need to, especially at higher levels, be ready to snap immediately onto that target and just stay there instead of having to adjust and adjust and adjust and adjust again. And whenever you do adjust, you definitely want to be moving. On a Tri-Slosher, it's a little bit different. Because on a Tri-Slosher, like, all you can really do is, like, jump. And that's not even the best idea a lot of the time. Sometimes you do just want to stay on the ground. But the way that you get the aim to improve is by getting it consistent. Getting it to where it's going to go where you want it more often and stay there. And once you've got that kind of motor control, that's what's going to let you start doing this a little bit more quickly. That's what's going to let you like stop your hands from over shifting. Like I can't do it this fast. This is I would have to work my way up to being able to do this consistently because I am overcorrecting there and that's building bad habits. So do it slower than you think you need to because the steadiness that drill gives you is going to improve things a lot. Then from there you can actually start like firing shots. And whenever you're firing the shots, again, just try and like treat the reticle like it's a shooter's reticle. Try and like keep it actually on the target. As opposed, like even with this target, like if I get the elevation too incorrect, I don't actually hit them there. So try and actually like have it on. And there, like I missed a little bit, but with the Tri-Slosher, it gave me a little bit of grace. If I were overcorrecting to like over here, I'm missing completely, and then I'm in a lot of trouble. So, try to like rely on the middle hitbox of it as much as you possibly can, so that it's always on the target. And that's, see there, even though I missed that shot, because I was close enough, the outside one managed to hit. And that's what makes this weapon a little on the easier side. But don't count on that. Try and count on the middle hitbox and focus on like getting that one down. And then you're going to be a lot more consistent with the outer hitboxes because they're going to clean up anything that you do miss. So steadying your aim, and then the moving targets especially are really good for training you to stop shooting when you start missing. It's a little bit less of a thing with a Tri-Slosher. A lot of the time, a Tri-Slosher just doesn't have time to move. If they commit to a fight, they're in that fight, so you have to be careful about which fights you take. But with any other weapons, like especially shooter weapons, it's really important to train yourself. Oh my god, there's a raid from Ty. Thank you so much, Ty. Thank you for bringing all of the guinea pigs to us. So with the moving targets, those are really good for training you that as soon as you start missing, you've got to move. Because you will probably miss some shots with a shooter weapon on those targets. And as soon as you do miss them, what needs to trigger in your brain is, that shot didn't hit, I need to move. I didn't hear the hit marker sound, I need to move. Welcome, Raiders. So hopefully that helps. Just that little drill, especially with you moving in a straight line to the target and stopping on it, that for even like a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes or something at the beginning of a session, that's going to be huge over the long term for getting control of the motion aim.
Okay.
Let's hop back into the VOD review now. Thank you for the subscription, by the way, Squiddy. Appreciate it. Okay, so here we are, and this is a pretty good spot for the try to be. I would probably try to move behind this cover here, because you can hit up over the top of it, but they have a much harder time hitting over the top of it. Only danger is the dynamo roller. We kind of want to know where they are. And it looks like they're coming from the left-hand side here. So we're a little bit less worried about that. Again, sloshing over here, I mean, you're painting a little bit maybe, but you're not going to hit anything that way. You want to start swinging. You want to start like throwing burst bombs or putting sloshes out there when you're either going to paint safely or when you're going to hit something. And neither of those things are really happening. This is kind of just like aimless painting over the side right now. If you're going to try and aggress on, say, the Nautilus, what you want to do is recognize that you don't have the range to hit that with your main weapon, but you can maybe paint its escape route with a burst bomb. Like you put a burst bomb right here, and now it can't move, and maybe your teammate can do something about it. Or maybe you just try and peg it with a burst bomb. Or sorry, you don't have a burst bomb, you have a splat bomb. So you throw a splat bomb in between it and where it's trying to run, and then you get it stuck out there, and maybe your teammate can push it. But we don't want to just like throw things out there aimlessly, because if it has a really low likelihood to succeed in actually like helping with a fight, all it's really doing is exposing your position, and you might as well just paint safely or shark. So you see this player there, and we hard commit to the fight, hitting up over the top of the wall. I think if they stay a little bit closer to the wall, they can probably actually avoid taking any damage from that. Seeing that they got holed up in that position, you can back up behind cover or like behind the wall or something. Like right here, you don't have to engage on this because they're out of play. They're down in this little corner here. The most that they're going to be able to do is either flank around the side or run away through trench. As soon as they get up on the wall and you see that, you just hit them over the side of the wall because you're a Tri-Slosher. So you can just like sit behind this block here, wait for that wall to die, and what are they going to do about it? Not really much. So we don't have to engage here, and we engage and we get the trade, which is probably more than they needed to give you. And the trade ends up working out for you guys because you have 3 up and they only have 2 up, so a trade goes in your favor. But I think that you could probably play that a little bit more safely and potentially come out with a stronger position than just going down 1 for 1. I like that you start moving over to the left-hand side because you probably have an angle on this player if you get around. But you stop yourself short and start sloshing again. Rather than like committing to this angle here and maybe even getting around the splash wall, you just kind of stop, and now you're stuck. And your teammate goes down because you weren't applying any pressure on the left, so they got focused down on the right. If you're going to rotate to the left, I think your idea here is try and stop this player. There was someone behind you, though, that we saw. Oh, okay, that player went down. Never mind. Yeah, so this is an opportunity to maybe shark around and use this terrain to your advantage. Because if they start attacking you, you can kind of back up behind this wall or something like that. You can kind of go back around here. But if they don't see you, then this is a really easy pick right here. And then you just run away into mid and they can't chase you again. As soon as you put that slosh out there, they know you're there. They pin you down. And now this is just not a situation you want to stay in. You want to be jumping out of this immediately. There are like 3 players that you have seen in mid. Mid is entirely blue. All of your players are down. There's no advantage that you can work with here. And if this inkjet had focused you, you would definitely have gone down. Trying to fight here is something that I don't expect to work. What happens here? Okay, it looks like your teammate helps you paint, and that's how you're able to cap it. But you don't have any control. You still have 2 players down because your teammate went down on the left trying to get that. And, like, they had a penalty already. They have a penalty of 54 right now. You go and paint the zone. And you cap. And now they're back to a penalty of 56. No progress has been made. And you still don't have control of mid. And so eventually they should be able to take the zone back. 1-for-1 trade is way more than they should have let your team have. That was your roller player pushing in completely on their own. And they do get lasered out. So that's about as much as you can expect. And you going in, again, we've been staggering for a while now. Like, let's look at the top of the screen for a sec. So you're 1 down right now during this fight. Another player goes down as soon as that player respawns. So you're still staggered. Another player goes down. So you're going to be staggered for another 10 seconds. You probably should go down here. I have no idea what the Dynamo Roller is doing, not swinging at you from here, because I think we just saw them. Another player goes down on your team. Then your Dynamo goes in and gets one, but then they go down. And now you go in, and so with all of this staggering that's been happening, nobody has had a chance to spawn and get back out into a position that matters. They're going in one at a time. And you continue that pattern by going in one at a time behind your teammate instead of waiting, getting special, and having that special ready for as soon as you have teammates that are actually going to go in with you. At this point, the enemy team is going to have pretty solid control. They probably are pretty close to some specials. In fact, there's already one that's out and ready to go. And that special is used to take out your teammate who's in front. And they are just not defending the zone at all. I don't know why there's someone this far back on the enemy team with missiles. Like, this is a zap. They could have been on the zone painting your turf, and instead they're like all the way back in their own bunker or something, even though they have control. It's like, they should have more pressure on the zone to prevent you guys from capping it. It should not be this easy for you guys to walk in. But you guys get one. And so now you should be able to hold on. But, so like, right about here you get the one. You see your teammate going in on the right. And at this point, you're going to have another teammate up before they are. And your teammate is going in and they're using specials. This teammate is very dead if we don't go in and help them right now. We really want to be going in and assisting that, and they go down. If you'd run forward and tried to help them like the Dynamo does now, you might have been able to actually save that, but now the Dynamo is also alone. You just take a very roundabout way to get out into mid, where you're not really threatened on the left-hand side. You still go all the way around to the right before you engage this fight. And so your teammates, 2 of them go in and die one by one, and then you're in after the fact, and you're not going to be able to get too much out of this armor. And the most you get off is an ink storm that they're going to easily paint through. So, moral of the story here, as we've said before, is when your teammates are going in, you're putting them at a numbers disadvantage if you don't engage with them. So this is trouble right here, because your teammates are probably going to start going in, and yep. They're making the same mistake, you know, in fairness to you. You were down, and instead of waiting for you to come back up, 2 of them just immediately engaged in different locations on the map and went down separately. It is way easier for the enemy team to win those fights. And now you're zoned so far out of position because you just don't have the numbers up that that's going to be a loss. So, biggest thing on the macro scale, I would say, is look at where your teammates are positioned and do something that will help what they are doing. Your job as the Slayer is not to initiate fights. Your job is to wait for somebody else to initiate a fight and then to go and finish it from an off angle. And so it's more important for you maybe than anyone else on the team to know where your teammates are, so you know where you have support for a fight, so you're not just like going in on your own, but also so that you know where is the fight going to be and what is an off angle I can take to have an advantage in that fight. If my Dynamo jumps out onto the zone, I know that everyone's going to be looking at that because that's an immediately dangerous thing that's also very vulnerable. So I don't want to be where that Dynamo is because they're going to be looking there, but I want to be close enough that when they engage on that Dynamo, oh, here's the Tri-Slosher, gotcha, haha, get baited. And it makes that terrible play that your teammate makes to just expose themselves in mid on a Dynamo into a really good play because it enables you as the Slayer to get a good position on the enemy team. That's what I want you to be working on developing in terms of awareness. Where are my teammates? And therefore, because my teammates are here, where should I be positioned so that I can take good fights based on what they're doing? If you do that, then I think you have a lot more success in these engagements, and you spend a lot less time just kind of, you know, sharking around in the back line because you're not sure where you should engage from. So that's one thing. Aim is one thing, and we talked about some drills for you to work on for that. and stop throwing the ink storm at your toes. Throw it where you actually want the ink to land, and then it'll have more of an impact on that. Those are probably the biggest things. Yep.
Yeah. This was like a while ago, and I've actually watched this video over like a lot. I don't know, because like this was like my worst. I filmed a couple videos, and I was like, okay, which one of these did I just do so bad in? And I'm like, this is the one I'm going to send in. And I know this is basically me, like at my worst. Usually on this map, I know about like the whole sharking thing. I usually go around like do it like a whole lot more. I don't know why I played so passively in this game. Like I just didn't want to really get in there. I don't know why. It was really weird.
Yeah, I mean, against the Dynamo, I understand some hesitation because the Dynamo is a really scary weapon on this map. If you don't know where it is, then it just emerges and you're like, oh, well, there's literally nowhere that I can stand where I will not be dead.
Yeah.
So that can happen to you, but with the rest of the weapons on their team, they're all line of sight. And so all you really have to know is where the Dynamo is, and as soon as you know where they are, you know that you're safe to kind of use that terrain to your advantage. So definitely more that you could do on that front. Be careful about challenging a K-52. There's not a single weapon in this video game that can challenge a K-52. It's a stupid weapon. Once it's got a wall up, you've just got to like, oh, let's maybe not. Chuck a bomb up behind it, maybe, or throw a bomb at the wall to try and break it faster, and then just be like, well, it gets to be there for now. What else can I do on the map?
One more thing was that, okay, the going in with other people thing, I have this weird thing where it's like, if I'm too close to another player, I feel like we're clumped. I feel like I need to move right now, or else, like, I don't know, someone's going to come in and kill both of us instantly. That's, like, always my thinking. So I'm like, I have to get away, I have to do something else differently. But I guess I have to go in with
that's
them.
absolutely correct. And I am glad that you have that thought, because if you get too close to them, so close that, say, the same Dynamo flick will take you both out, that's actually a pretty good rule of thumb, because that's about the widest hitbox you're going to have to deal with. If a Dynamo can hit both of you in the same swing, you're too close. But you can still, as long as you're like at 90 degrees from the opponent, so like the distance from you and that player and your teammate make a right angle, as long as you're about that far apart, you're fine, because they can't shoot at both of you from that angle. It's even less distance if you're up against like a shooter or a charger or something where they're super straight line weapons. Then you can just be like a little bit next to each other. Probably better to be a little bit further apart so that if they splat one of you, they still have to swing further around to get to the other player. But you want to be engaging the same opponents as them, just from different angles is a way to think about it. So think about like, where's my teammate? Okay, what are they aiming at? Okay, they're aiming at that. So now I want to make that target of theirs my focal point and get at that right angle from that target with my teammate and attack the same player. That's kind of how you want to go about it. All right. So feel free to ask any more questions that you've got, and if you think of any more after the fact, you can always just DM me. But that is the VOD review for tonight. So thank you so much, Dilly, for giving us your footage to look over. And thank you again to Hikami. It's a courageous thing to put yourself out there and be criticized in front of a whole bunch of people, and I always appreciate everyone who's willing to do that. So to those of you in the audience, if you would like one of these VOD reviews, feel free to DM me on Discord. I will put the Discord link in the chat right now. Oops, that's not it. I misspelled Discord, guys. I'm so good at spelling. So there's the Discord link, and of course it looks like it failed on Twitch. So I will copy and paste that and put it in again. Discrodle, yes, exactly. You've got it. There it goes. Okay. So there's that link, and that's the Squid School Discord server. You can find me, Gem, there, and send me a Discord DM once you're in that server. And we'll work out all of the details from there. I will also post all of Discord, oh my god. I will also post all of my links here. I have a Patreon account that I really appreciate all of my Patreon supporters for. I'm trying to do this full time. I'm trying to be a content creator for Splatoon, especially when Splatoon 3 comes out. And any amount that you guys can donate to help me through that is a huge deal for me, because it brings me just a little bit closer to being able to potentially make this work and make it salient. I also have the TikTok and the YouTube, where the bulk of my content goes out, both shorts content and long form content on YouTube. There's also my Twitter, and I'm trying to get onto Metafy so that I can be hired to coach people. But there's this weird system where they don't approve you until you get vouched for enough and you have a big enough following. So, I mean, you can send me some vouchers and that'll be hugely helpful, but that's about all I'm able to do on that for the time being. But I am willing to, set up private lessons if that's something that you're interested in. I'll just like Venmo you or something, or we'll work it out over Venmo and it'll work out. So anyway, that's all the shilling that I've got for today. Thank you everybody for watching, and we're going to go and try and find a raid target next. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube, obviously raids are a Twitch thing. So if you would like to partake in the raid and yell schools out at the next person that we go to their stream, you'll have to hop over onto the Twitch side here. And we are going to go and raid Amy. Amy is a Australian Woomy who is awesome and very positive, and I'm a fan. And so we're going to send our people over to them. So here's the raid. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Have a good evening, everybody. We'll see you next time.